The McGowan government has set up a vision for Western Australia for a strong, recovering state. We've seen lots of investment in infrastructure, but we would have liked to have seen more investment in community connection, building the resilience and cohesion of communities. Community cohesion and resilience needs to be at the forefront of developing responses to COVID. We saw during the pandemic how important those local plans were, especially when borders were closed off intrastate. The announcement of 750 social houses, whilst welcome, doesn't go anywhere near far enough to address the need of housing in our state. We know that there are many people who live with housing insecurity and who are homeless in this state. WACOSS welcomes the $600 electricity credit and the freeze on household charges and fees. We think that this will be great for low-income households in particular. We were especially pleased to see the announcement of significant investment in remote Aboriginal communities, especially after the federal government abandoned this funding recently. We would really like to see our government get creative about place-based funding. Community responses to addressing crises like the pandemic are essential, and we've seen this repeatedly over the last few months. We are recovering from the biggest health crisis and economic and social shock that any of us have ever experienced. This is why it's so important that we get our investments right and that we leave no one behind.